She sat in silence, wrists cuffed, coat torn, silver hair messy from the night before. To everyone in the courtroom, she was just another old woman causing trouble. No one looked twice, no one cared, not yet. Eleanor Shaw had lived on the outskirts of town in a small cabin surrounded by trees. No internet, no social media, no visitors. Just a woman with quiet hands and a truck that hadn't been washed in years. She wasn't cold, she was just done explaining. For nearly 3 decades, she had served in the U.S. military, 20 of those years in the field, as a combat medic with special operations. She had patched up lives in the middle of war zones, carried soldiers out of burning vehicles. She had buried sisters and brothers with her own hands. And when it was over, she walked away. No medals, no parade, just silence. That Tuesday, she went into town for batteries. Her phone had died. She sat near an outlet outside a hardware store, charging it so she could call a wheelchair-bound vet she helped every week. The store manager didn't recognize her. He just saw an older woman in an old jacket and called the police. 2 officers showed up, young, confident. One told her to get up. She didn't, not out of defiance, but because her hip had never healed right. When they grabbed her, she reacted like a soldier does, calm, controlled, automatic. A minute later, she was on the ground, cuffed, hauled into the back of a squad car. They didn't see the tattoo on her wrist, didn't recognize the quiet stillness of a veteran who had seen more than she ever told. At the station, she gave a false name, not to deceive, just because her real one didn't matter anymore. They booked her, labeled her John Doe, moved on. But someone noticed. In the courtroom, a young clerk named Allen, Marine Reserve, watched her. She didn't talk, she didn't plead, she just sat. And that was what bothered him. Then he saw the ink. Not a cheap tattoo, a faded Navy medic cross wrapped in dog tags. And something clicked. Allen stepped out and made a call. "I think you need to come down here," he said. At 9:43 a.m., the doors opened. 2 uniformed aides entered, followed by a 4-star general in full dress. He walked straight to the bench and said, "Your Honor, I'm here on behalf of Sergeant First Class Eleanor Shaw." The courtroom froze. She served 28 years, Silver Star, Bronze Star, multiple battlefield saves under fire. She never asked for recognition. She just kept saving lives. The general turned to Eleanor. "You saved my daughter in Kandahar," he said. "I've waited 15 years to say thank you." Eleanor finally looked up. "She made it?" "She did," he replied. "Because of you." The judge swallowed hard. All charges dropped. The cuffs came off. No applause, no speech. She picked up her coat and walked out. But something had shifted. Later that week, her photo, grainy, black and white, appeared on a VFW wall. No name, just one sentence. "Some heroes don't speak, but we remember." And at the edge of town, in that quiet cabin surrounded by trees, Eleanor opened a small wooden box she hadn't touched in years. Inside was a folded American flag, a letter, and a single Polaroid. A medic in desert camo cradling a wounded child. She held the photo in her hands, her fingers shaking not from weakness but memory. She didn't need the world to know who she was, but in that moment, for the first time in decades, she allowed herself to remember.